Dear friends, today we will see illustration number 3 of chapter number 8, the gravitation. Now, in this example number 3, what we are provided, it is an important example and it consists one square shape arrangement. We are given that in this illustration the informations are that find the potential energy of a system of four particles placed at the vertices of a square of side small l. Also obtain the potential at the center of the square. So in this question we are given a square, four vertices of the square are given and mass located at each vertices is say small m. Now on these we are also provided the sides of the square is a small l and we have to find out the potential energy of the system. Now it is very clear that in potential energy, suppose we give name as a particle 1, 2, 3 and 4, then we can have potential energy as a whole, that is that U net is equals to U12 plus U13 plus U14 plus U23 plus U24 plus U34. So these are the basically 6 points on the basis of which we need a potential energy. Now we connect these lines as shown in the figure, that will be root 2l times as a distance. So the distance will be root 2l in this line and the sides of the squares are given of a length of small l. So now we can have the potential energy. This type of question that we will learn in 12th also at the time of potential energy of electric charge. Now here the potential energy is given by, that is minus g m1 m2, that is g m square over l square. Now this happens for different type of particles, that is u12 is following this type of equation, then u23 is following this type of equation, then u34 is following this type of equation, and u14 also follows the same type of equation. So here instead of writing this, I will say that here u12 is equals to u14 is equals to u23 is equals to u34, and that is equals to minus g m square over l square. So here we have total 4 terms related to that I can explain here, that is u12 is the part, u14 is another, u23 that is third one, and u34 is the fourth one. So that is given. Then we have another pair like u13 and u24. So here we can say that u13, that is u13 is equals to u24, that is equals to minus g into m square upon root 2 l. So this would be that type of two pairs or two such pairs that we can have over here, that is u3, u13 and u24. So when we add up them, what we will get, that is again u net, that is net potential energy, is obtained by adding up this same type of arrangement. We can say that this same type of arrangement plus another same type of arrangement. So we can say that here we will replace it with minus 4 g m square over L square plus, what can be the another part, that is another, that is minus 2 g m square over root 2 L. So here also there should be not L square but L, as it is potential energy, it does not have square. So here also there will be no square. Now when we add up them, we get the total potential energy. So again u net that we can obtain with the help of this arrangement, we will have, that is minus 2 g m square over L with minus 2 plus 1 upon root 2. So when we simplify this, if we take minus sign out, so here there will be no minus sign, and this would be the answer of our question. That is, here we can say that minus 2 times g m square over L, and here we can say this is 2 root 2 plus 1 over root 2, and this is the simplified potential energy of the system. So in the given system we can get, this is the answer. In another way, we are also finding the potential energy and the center, that we are also asked to find potential energy on the center of the square also. Now it is clear that on the center the distance will be half from the diagonal part. So here for this r dash is suppose the distance, r dash will be root 2l by 2, that is L by root 2. So each one from 1 2 3 4, the same arrangement is there, m m m and m is given. Then at the center we can say that this r dash will come into the picture, and new distance will be L by root 2, and this L by root 2 is total 4 times, because there are total 4 particles are lying, but at center we have considered a unit charge or a unit mass. So we can say that suppose at center O, the potential energy would be that U at R dash from all particles, that will be 4 times how much, we can say that minus g m over L upon root 2. So this root 2 will move in a numerator, so that will be 4 root 2 with minus sign g m over L. So this would be our answer on the center. So we can say that potential energy on the center is given by the formula, that is U R dash is equals to minus 4 root 2 gm over L, and that is our second answer. So this would be our second answer, and this is asked in this example number 3. So this is the example number 3. Dear friends, now we will understand a new topic, that is escape speed. This is very interesting topic. Many times we have observed, and we can say that not many times but every time we have observed, that if a stone is thrown by hand, we see it falls back to the earth. Of course, using mechanics, we can shoot an object with much greater speeds and with greater and greater initial speed. The object scales higher and higher heights. A natural query that arises in our mind is that the following, as can we throw any object with such height or with such initial speeds that it does not fall back to the earth? So here we simply consider our earth. So we say that this is a part of earth. Here this is the ground. This is curvature of earth. We consider it is moving like this. This is our ground portion. Now, as we have many times thought that if something is thrown from earth, it moves up but it comes back. If something is thrown, then if with the greater mechanics, if it is used, then again it comes back. So whatever object that is thrown in upward direction will have tendency to come back to the ground. So the normal question that arises, that whether is it possible that if we throw something with such a speed that it will go from the atmosphere and never come back. Is it possible? So the answer is very interesting to this phenomena. The principle of conservation of energy helps us to answer this question. Suppose the object did reach infinity and that its speed there was v final. The energy of an object is the sum of potential and kinetic energy. As before, W1 denotes the gravitational potential energy that we considered of the object, and also the total energy of the projectile at infinite, that can be explained in a following manner. So suppose we consider that the object when lying on the earth has only potential energy, but when we throw it, and suppose we consider that at infinite distance the total energy E infinite to be obviously W1, that is potential energy at infinite, plus kinetic energy, that is 1/2 m Vf square, where Vf is a final speed. As we know that total mechanical energy remains constant for any object. Now if the object was thrown initially with a speed of Vi, so if initial speed is Vi and at a height or we can say that it is thrown from the height, say h dash, that is equals to h plus re, where h is a height from the surface of earth and re is a radius of earth. Then at a certain distance, potential energy and mechanical energy, that is from infinite, now it can be written, that is E at h plus re, because now we consider it at a height h plus re. It can be considered, suppose 1 half mvi square, that is initial kinetic energy, plus the equation with the potential energy, we can say minus g me m over h plus re, that is the height considered, and plus w1. Here also, that w1 is the potential energy on the surface of earth. Now we consider that object when lying on the surface. So before going to that, we consider this equation as equation 2. Now we say that we compare these two equations, as we know that total mechanical energy remains the same. So if we compare them, what we can get over here, that is from 1 and 2, from equation 1 and equation 2, we can say that 1 half m vf square is equals to 1 half m v I square minus g me m over h plus r e. Now when we compare them, we can have obviously that the equation has in LHS is a positive quantity with a minimum value 0, and hence so must be the RHS, and thus an object can reach infinity as long as Vi is such that if 1 half mvi square minus g me m over h plus re is greater than or equals to 0. This is the condition that we can imply. So here it is very clear that if we compare this equation, then for the minimum value of Vi correspond to the case when RHS of the above equation number 2 equals 0, and thus minimum speed required for an object to reach infinity, that is also called escape from the earth, correspond to, that can be written as, therefore 1 half m vi square, which is the minimum value we need to escape from earth, that is equals to g me m over h plus r e. Now here suppose we consider that on the surface h to be 0. So on the surface we consider h to be a 0, and in that case our this equation will have h equals to 0 in it. So if we put h equals to 0 in this equation, we will have 1 half m vi square with the minimum value is equals to G me m over re. Now if we go with the minimum value, we can say this is the minimum value of the corresponding equation. We have vi square with the minimum condition. We can have 2g me over re. Now we more simplify it. We go with the v minimum, that is, if we go with the v minimum, we can say that vi minimum, that is the square root of the given term, that is 2g me over re. So this is the equation, and if we replace, that is, we know that g is equals to g me over re square for the surface of earth. We can replace this equation and manage over here. So if we manage them, then we can say here, that is v minimum is equals to under root 2 g me over re square with multiplication of re with that, and that is equals to under root 2 g re. So that is the minimum required escape speed. So we now consider it as a v minimum from vi minimum, and we replace it with the condition that we can say this is the minimum required speed to escape from the earth. The value is also defined. When we put all the known values, the numerical term that will give us the value of this equation, that is to be around 11.2 kilometer per second. Now it is also interesting, this speed is called the escape speed and sometimes called the escape velocity. If we compare it with the speed of the moon, so we can say that for moon, escape speed is about 2.3 kilometer per second. So for moon this condition is different, and for moon the escape speed is given by this value. So in short, we can say that the speed required to come, the speed required, we can simply say that the speed required to escape from the gravitational field is called escape speed. So this is the escape speed of earth.